Good morning. Let us discuss this current affairs which are important. The relevance of current affairs is not just for prelims. While writing your mains answers, you can use lot of data relating to current affairs. Generally we have a doubt how current affairs and recent updates are useful for exam. I'll give a small example. There was a question in my optional political science last year regarding governor. The recent updates about Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, and if the same question was asked, who would write about Tamil Nadu this year, or if there is a question on child marriages in GS1 or in essay or in IGP somewhere, if you get a question on the child rights or child commission or NHRC, including National Human Rights Commission, you can add a point on this. Few days back, National Human Rights Commission have released a data relating to child marriages in India. National Human Rights Commission have released a data relating to child marriages in India. 6 states in India, child marriages are highly prevalent, and West Bengal tops in the child marriages in India. We generally think that it will be Haryana or Rajasthan. West Bengal tops in the child marriages in India. Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Assam, West Bengal, Orissa. Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Assam, West Bengal and Orissa are the states where child marriages are prevalent mostly. Around 24% of child marriages happen in these states. And according to various reports, in every 3 marriages, 1 marriage is a child marriage. In every 3 marriages in India, 1 marriage is a child marriage. This is a social issue. You might get this question in the question paper. The reason is marital rape of a minor girl is considered as a criminal offence now. It's a punishable thing, marital rape issue. So to address marital rape, we have to address child marriages first. To address minor marital rape issue, we have to address child marriages. When minor marital rape and child marriage reports have come out together, we have to link both the data and should write. For that reason, the recent National Human Rights Commission's report is very important. RBI released new series of 10 rupees notes bearing Konark Sun Temple picture. RBI released 10 rupees new series notes bearing Konark Sun Temple pictures. And in the recent past, the new series which was introduced in 2005 was the last 10 rupee series. Now RBI is planning to increase more number of small denomination notes. Now RBI is planning to increase more number of small denomination notes. WHO approved for new research in a typhoid vaccine. Type bar ICV. TCV. Type bar TCV. TYPBAR TCV. It's a new vaccine for typhoid. Type bar TCV. TYPBAR TCV is a new vaccine for typhoid. There was recently a committee headed by Arun Jaitley regarding ports, PORT port. In India, we are more focusing on transport system. We are focusing on development of ports and also inland waterways. Sagarmala project is meant to develop ports in India. Sagarmala project is meant to develop ports in India. As you all know, we have one more project called Bharatmala to develop roads in India. Sagarmala means to develop ports in India. In this project, port development, most of the port developments are stalled. There are many port development projects which were stalled. The reason is we went for public-private partnerships in some ports, and the revenue sharing model is not so viable. The revenue sharing model is not so viable. Now the committee recommended for model concession agreement. Model concession agreement, MCA for PPP, public-private partnership. In this, they are going to bring again 12 ports under this model. This model says not revenue sharing, royalty based on per million cargo handled. Royalty should be given to the government by the private participants based on per million cargo handled. Based on cargo handled, they have to pay the royalty, not based on revenue. So that private participants will get attracted to the construction of ports in India, and ports are very important for imports and exports. For that reason, we have MCA, Model Concession Agreement, and now in these 12 ports, no revenue sharing model, they will go for per million cargo handled model. This is one thing. And Dhatu is an international puppetry festival. DHAATU. Dhatu is an international puppetry festival held at Bangalore. Puppetry is an art and culture. Means or means, you may get the question. Dhatu is the international puppetry festival. Few years back, in Hindu we got an article on Chadar Badar. Chadar Badar. It is like a Tolu Malata show which we have in Andhra Pradesh, where we will make the puppets to play some drama. Chadar Badar is almost extinct. Jharkhand and some parts of Bihar, majorly Jharkhand. Chadar Badar is almost extinct. You can read about Chadar Badar in the Hindu. You can type in Google Chadar Badar. Chadar Badar. It is majorly prevalent in Jharkhand and some parts of Bihar. Now, the last sole person who knows that art have become old. He has no second generation persons to carry on. So Chadar Badar is very important. It is mostly by tribals. I think Munda tribals practice that. Munda tribals, you just verify that. Next, you have one more current affair. Ministry of External Affairs and Government of India, they are trying to introduce a proposal asking UNO, United Nations organizations, to make Hindi as one of the official languages of UNO. To make Hindi as one of the official languages of the UNO. What are the official languages of the UNO? There are 6 official languages: Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish. Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish. And now India is trying to give a proposal, send a proposal to make Hindi as an official language of UNO. As you all know, Hindi speaking people are around 50 crores, and in most of the countries, not only in India, Hindi will be understood. Not just in India. We think that in India Hindi is popular. Not just in India, in most of the countries Hindi is popular. So Hindi can be made as one of the official languages of the UN. Hindi can be made as one of the official languages of the UN. That was India's proposal, not yet sent. India is trying. Article 343 of the Indian Constitution says that Article 343 of the Indian Constitution says that Hindi in Devanagari script is an official language of India. Hindi in Devanagari script is an official language of India. And nowhere in the Indian Constitution Hindi was declared as a national language. Remember this. Nowhere in the Indian Constitution Hindi is a national language. Hindi is only an official language. Hindi in Devanagari script according to Article 343. India is a diversified country. We have many languages. And you all know in Tamil Nadu, 50 years back we have anti-Hindi movements. They want only Tamil, not Hindi. South Indians are very particular about this. Last year, you know, Kannada, the Kannada people claimed that there should not be Hindi boards and there should be always Kannada boards. This is one thing. But there should be some integration in language also. But our basic culture and language should not be forgotten. We should learn Hindi, we should learn English. But our language is also very important. We have Official Languages Act. In India we have Official Languages Act 1963. That is also very important. And we have Schedule 8 which deals with languages. There are languages. In Schedule 8 there are 22 languages. In Schedule 8 there are 22 languages. Coming to state of conflict, editorial today. The editorial is again about Bima, the recent Maharashtra's issue. In this issue, you know the story. Yesterday we have discussed what happened. There are 2-3 points which we have to remember. One is, it is a law and order problem, and we already know on January 1st they will celebrate this. There is a chance of law and order disturbance. Government should have taken proper precaution. One of the idea in the editorial. Second thing, last year in Maharashtra, Marathas fought for reservation, and there was a call for dilution of SC/ST reservation. There was a call for dilution of SC/ST reservation. The third thing is inherent backwardness and apprehension. Inherent backwardness, apprehension. All these things made the issue proper, and now the thing is, government has to consider it in a better way, has to take it as a law and order situation, and also address the problem from the grassroots. Next important article is on Rajinikanth. If nobody makes a hero, Hindu paper is ready to make hero. From last 1 week, we are seeing continuous lead articles and editorials on Rajinikanth. continuous lead articles. The people will now know more about Tamil Nadu politics, Dravidian politics, how DMK emerged, how Anna DMK emerged as a split from DMK. In 1967, DMK won in Tamil Nadu, defeating the Indian National Congress, which have a strong hold in the central level and also in the states. In 1967, the Congress party has a very strong hold. In spite of that, the Dravidian movement was very strong that people in Tamil Nadu showed their allegiance to Dravidian parties. From 1967 to 2017, the 50 years of Tamil Nadu politics, as though go along with, parallel with Karunanidhi's political career. You know Karunanidhi's political career, you just read about his political career. 50 years of Tamil Nadu politics, they cannot get away from Dravidian politics. So what type of alliance Rajinikanth might make, what type of promises he can give, and damn sure that Rajinikanth is not going to start from scratch because he already has a base. Every person in Tamil Nadu knows about him and there are many good fans. But 21st century politics have changed. South India is known for hero worship, but let us see how Tamil Nadu people will make use of this hero and whether they will trust in this hero or not. Next article is about the bullish markets. US, Europe and Asia, the markets are bullish. Bullish means in the upward surge. The markets are in upward surge. Now, the reason for bullishness, the reason for bullish markets is increased money flow, and one of the reason is Trump's economic policies, where businesses are being protected, tax remissions were given to businesses. But if there is more bullishness or more money flow, there might be a chance of inflation. Again, we have to go for a tough monetary policy. Indian rupee is becoming strong. American dollar compared to Indian rupee is becoming weak. Indian economy is also showing very good surge. So let us see how things will turn up in future. But we cannot conclude that these bullish markets are permanent. We have to be very precarious. From last 1 month, every day we are reading an article on triple talaq, instant triple talaq. You all know the bill was passed in Lok Sabha, stalled in Rajya Sabha, debate was stalled. Kapil Sibal wrote an article in the newspaper. He might be writing a positive article or a critical article. Critical article because Kapil Sibal belongs to opposition. Even opposition people are not against the bill. They are against making it as a criminal offence. Remember, nobody now gives unconditional support to instant triple talaq. But what type of criminality we should make on it is very important. Here comes, he discussed about the judgment given by Falsi Nariman, given by Lalit, given by Joseph Kurian and 2 other judges. And though there is a diversity in their opinion, all of them wanted to make it discontinued. All the 5 judges, they don't want to support the continuation of triple talaq. And Kapil Sibal argued in this article, there might be false allegations because In the bill it was not mentioned that only wife can file a case. That means anybody can file. That means there might be some chance of misuse of the provisions. And next debate is about MPs and MLAs, whether they are allowed to practice law. MPs or MLAs, whether they are allowed to practice law. If you go for reality in politics, the salaries which they get as an MP or an MLA will not support them for their deliverance of various obligations. Their expenditure runs more than their salary. If you don't allow them to practice this, they might end up in corruption. If they are allowed to do certain trade or business or some legal profession, they can amass some wealth and use it for discharging their obligations. Because the salary which they get as 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh is not at all sufficient for the obligations what they have to deliver. In India, this is a practical consideration. Because from the constituencies, even poor people will come and sometimes expect from their local representative. For all the things, the representative cannot petition to the government. This is one argument. Second argument is, we don't want part-time legislators. We don't want part-time lawmakers. Lawmaking is a serious business. Being a legislator, he has to full-time devote for the country. He cannot go for legal practice. And third important thing is, legal expertise and knowing and arguing latest cases will increase the capability of thinking of any legislator. But again the thing, according to Bar Code, Code of Conduct Rules for Lawyers, advocates are not allowed to do private trade or business. Again, there is no bar that they should not be in politics. They should not be in politics. Very famous ministers and politicians in India are famous lawyers also. They are also famous lawyers. It's a very big point which you should have your own debate. At one instance, we cannot give an answer. It's a complicated situation. It's a very complicated thing. But ethically speaking, they should not take up the cases which involves big criminal offences on the side of criminals. Again we can say, how can you say, unless it is proved that he is a criminal? Still guilty is proved, he is an accused. So discuss and think about that. Let us stop the current affairs now.